Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for another DC comic review, and in this DC comic review I'll be reviewing The Flash issue 781 by Jeremy Adams, and also with whoever else is working on him in the art and the lettering. And I must admit, it's really nice to review another Flash issue, where normally I wouldn't be reviewing him on my channel. In this case I am, and I actually enjoy the stories that have actually come out. I'm looking forward to getting a hold of the Flash trade paperback by Jeremy Adams as well, and I'm looking forward to reading through his upcoming volumes. So, time to move into first things first, and that is the cover. Does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that's happening in relation to the story? Sure enough it is, and I give it a huge 8.5 out of 10. And as you can see here, we've got Wally West along with Wallace West, and of course in the story we do have Wallace West get a bit of a nickname from Wally, and I think it's really good because it's a way to differentiate between the two of them. So now I'll move into the internal art around the beginning, middle and end, as along with that we'll get to see what's happening in those pages along with the story. So this is some of the art around the beginning, and we have Wally wanting to start to connect with Wallace West, who's doing an exam which is somewhat connected to a Teen Titans Academy location, and of course we've got a familiar character here. Now, this is some of the art around the middle of the story, to which we have Wally West actually sharing his experience with Barry Allen and how he became his Kid Flash. And last but not least, some of the art towards the end, and as you can see here, they end up meeting up again after things finished up earlier, and of course being called to help again. Really awesome. So for this internal art I gave it an 8 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the story. Now to those who are new to the channel, I like to give my stories a rating from 4 different areas. First is comic book references, and if there are comic book references. Next is time, if they indicate a time throughout the day or a specific time, including a date and time. The next area is locations, so we get to know where things are taking place within the universe, and it also helps to understand where and when it's taking place. And last but not least, the cast of characters. So in this we end up in with these things. So were there any comic references to any previous, say, comics that might have had these two characters in it before? No, we didn't have any comic references. Moving into the next area, time. No indication of time of like when some of these things were taking place. Did it affect the story rating? I'll let you know when we get to that. Moving into the next best thing, which we did get quite a bit of, and that was the locations. So we had Argentina. We had a HQ. We had Chicago. Biala, Nanda Parbat, and another place. Sorry, I've got some terrible writing here. Care of myself, which I did record down, but I didn't write it clear enough for myself. So error on my part. But I'll move on to the next thing. What about the cast of characters? Well, the cast of characters consisted of Wally West, Ace, and Ace is pretty much the nickname that Wally gave Wallace West. And I must admit, I think it works for him. I mean, I think it works for Wallace West to be called Ace. And I'd like to see more of these two work together. Moving into the next character, we had Barry in the flashback, and of course we had Roy Harper, who made an appearance too. So, overall story rating for this, I gave an 8.5 out of 10. I do like that that Wallace West is called Ace, because whenever the speedsters might need a little bit of extra help, at least now they've got an ace in the hole. Well, until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.